Hello, my name is Eric, and today we're going to learn how to change the rotation of a Oil Gear PVWJ B-frame pump. The B-frames will be the displacement of PVWJ 025, PVWJ 034, and PVWJ 046. We're going to start with a left-handed pump. On the PVWJ series, on left-handed pumps, the suction is always going to be on the bottom, the pressure port will be on the top. When we change the rotation from left to right, the suction and pressure ports are going to change. Here I have a right-handed valve plate, and you can see that the suction is now on the top, the pressure is on the bottom. Please do not attempt to rotate the valve plate 180 degrees. That will not work. To change the rotation, we will need to change the valve plate. To begin this, we'll simply remove the 4 cap screws that hold the valve plate on. So I'm going to rotate this up. By rotating it up in this position, the weight of the rotating group is going to hold the rotating group, the saddle, and the bearings all in place. We're going to start by removing the 4 cap screws that hold the valve plate on. We're going to do that using a 3/4 inch box wrench. And as we loosen this, we're going to decompress the fulcrum ball spring slightly. So typically as I loosen this, I'm going to decompress a small spring and the valve plate will pop loose. So as I remove that, it's going to expose the rotating group. As you can see, there are going to be 2 O-rings here. There'll be a large O-ring and a small O-ring. We need to make sure that those don't fall out or come out of their chamfer. So changing rotations, we simply take the right-handed valve plate, gently place it over the shaft, and typically if I'm rebuilding them in the field, I'll take a light coating of fluid, cover this surface, and cover this surface. My valve plate in place, there are 2 roll pins that ensure that this is put in place correctly. At that point, I can tighten my cap screws, torque these down to the recommended spec. That spec is published in our service bulletin. We'll torque that down, again making sure that our O-ring is in place for both the high pressure port and the low pressure case. At that point, we've changed the rotation from left-handed to right-handed. I always find it helpful at that point to change the stamping on the name tag. So in the future, when the pump is replaced, the end user knows that the pump has been converted from a left-handed pump to a right-handed pump.